Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about pain relief methods in pregnancy. So pregnancy is something that will, with no doubt, you're gonna experience pains. Many women experience different kinds of pains, so everyone's kind of on a different side of the scale of what they're experiencing and how often they're experiencing it. But I'm just going to share with you my relief methods that I used during my pregnancy and for the types of pains that I had. My pains I had were constipation and hemorrhoids, headaches, hip pain, lower back pain, pelvic pain, mostly on my left side. I had a couple leg cramps, and I've had rib pain now that I'm in the third trimester. So if you continue watching, I'll explain in detail what I did for each type of pain, and hopefully it will help you guys as well. So for constipation and hemorrhoids, they kind of go hand in hand, during pregnancy at least. You might get hemorrhoids from labor also, and that's something different. That's just from straining yourself too much when you're pushing the baby out, whereas hemorrhoids are when you're straining yourself too much when you're just trying to go to the washroom because you're constipated. So remember, don't go more than 3 days without a bowel movement. If you do, then try to get a suppository to help get that out, or a laxative. It's really not good for your body to hold on to waste in you for too long, and with pregnancy there's a lot of other risks of having constipation. Basically, it tends to be if you're not eating enough fiber or drinking enough water. So women need 25 grams of fiber every day. Most people do not hit that. Guys need 38 grams of fiber a day, and most do not hit that either. I have definitely gone over and beyond that number. I get like 60 grams a day of fiber. More is typically better than less because most people have trouble going. Keep in mind that animal products actually contain no fiber. So if you have an option to eat more of a plant-based meal, then I would go for that for adding some extra fiber into you. Some other ways you can get fiber is from eating grains, whole grains, nuts and seeds, fruits. Berries are really good, and you can have dried fruits as well. Just remember to drink a lot of water if you're going to be doing that, because there's no water in those fruits. Prunes and dates are another thing that I'm putting in with the fruits, because prunes are basically just a dried up plum that makes you poop easy. So if I have kind of more of a harder poop than what I typically do, then I know that, oh, I should have like 3 or 4 prunes, and then the next day it'll all be normal. So that's kind of what I've been doing, is just using prunes because I get lots of fiber from the other foods I eat, because I do eat an only plant-based diet. Some vegetables that also have a lot of fiber are corn, broccoli, peas and beans. If you can handle those, if you have a lot of like gas and stuff, maybe limit the broccoli and beans, but definitely go for those other fiber foods. Potatoes with skin on them, or any produce that you were eating, try to keep the skin on it if you can. Potatoes, carrots, apples, because all the fiber is in the skin, and there's lots of nutrients in the skin also, so you're losing that if you peel the skin off. If you still can't get rid of your constipation or hemorrhoids after adding a bunch of fiber, and you're still dealing with them and they're uncomfortable, there is hemorrhoid creams you can get to help with the discomfort. They'll relieve swelling and burning and itchiness. And sitz baths are also really good, where you just take some Epsom salt, enough that you can just sit in a little bit of water in the tub. And remember to drink enough water. It's not just fiber, it's fiber and water that will help you. That's my problem. I personally will have lots of fiber, and then I'll not drink enough water throughout the day, and that will make it difficult for me. So remember, as a pregnant lady, you need to drink 10 cups a day, not 8 cups a day anymore, 10 cups a day or more. More's better. And yeah, those should hopefully help you with your constipation and hemorrhoids. Another thing I experienced was headaches, and a lot of people kept saying Tylenol will help you, which is basically an acetaminophen. I've tried the brand Tylenol, and I've tried like just the basic brand, no brand name, and they don't work for me. They never have, they never will, I don't think. I've always been an ibuprofen kind of person that helps me, but you can't take that while you're pregnant. Tylenol doesn't work for you either, and you're in the same boat, then keep listening, because these tips might help you as well. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. You can have headaches from not having enough sleep. You're gonna have sleep insomnia with pregnancy, probably. A lot of women will experience more sleeping problems towards the third trimester, and I definitely have been. Even though I keep trying to nap and get enough sleep, it's still hard and I still feel drained of energy because I'm waking up every couple hours throughout the night to go pee. Drinking enough water. If you're dehydrated, you might also be getting headaches, so that's another big thing, is drink lots of water. I'm gonna repeat that so many times. If you keep the lights off or you keep them dim, then your headaches will hopefully be a little tamer. I basically live in the dark in my apartment when I am here alone. Like, yes, I'm letting some light in with the window, but as soon as I'm done this video, I'm gonna shut the curtains and I'm just gonna chill in the dark. So make sure you're getting enough vitamin D if you're not going outside a whole bunch, because yeah, staying in the dark for like 9 months is not a good idea. Another thing that can help is cold compresses or ice packs if you want to put that on your head just to relax or something. And yeah, hopefully those methods help you. Those are the only things that have slightly helped me. Yeah, normally it does the job. Leg cramps. So I've only experienced these like twice. So I don't have a lot of experience with them, but this is what I found was causing my leg cramps, and another thing that will hopefully help anybody else that is experiencing them more often. So mine were due to how I was stretching my feet. If I stretched my foot out completely, it would cause bad cramps in my calves if I bent my foot too straight. So you're not supposed to bend your foot straight when you're stretching, just side to side. So if you experience that kind of cramp, just try to massage your calf out and try to move your foot in the different directions than what you extended it to, and hopefully that will get rid of the pain. Leg cramps are also very common if you're dehydrated. So again, drink a lot of water. Your baby needs water. Your baby is surviving inside of water inside of you, so don't feel like you've had enough, because most people are not getting enough water. If you're deficient in calcium and magnesium, you also might experience leg cramps, so make sure you're getting your blood work checked up throughout your pregnancy, as you probably already are getting done, so you can just see where your levels are with that to see if that's what's causing your issues. And if that's the case, just look up foods high in calcium and magnesium to eat. And if the foods don't help, then you might need to have a supplement. Your uterus could also be pressing on a nerve, which is going to cut off your circulation, and you're going to get little tingles and cramps in your feet. Decreased circulation in general will cause more leg cramps and swelling. I bought myself some TED stockings, which help bring the circulation back up. They're basically really tight socks that you can find at pretty much any drugstore. You'll find that a lot of residents in retirement homes will have them. I work in retirement homes, so I see them constantly because older people have worse circulation, so they need the TED stockings. But if you're pregnant and you're starting to get a little bit of swelling and you're on your feet a lot, I would recommend getting TED stockings. I started wearing them when I was working still, because I was on my feet for 8 to 12 hours a day, and it really helped when you're standing for that long. And I recommend putting them on as soon as you wake up, and then taking them off before you go to bed to give your legs a break at night. And sleep with a pillow under your knees to keep the legs elevated, or under your ankles. That's another thing you can do. So rib pain. Rib pain is something I've only just started to experience. I haven't had it for too long, so I'm sure there's other moms that will have better advice for this, but for me, simply changing my position, trying not to sit for too long and like laying down more often, it takes that pain away from me, and then I'm able to sit for a little bit and lay down or lean back, just so there's not so much pressure of the baby on my ribs, because I'm a very small person and my baby is still growing and there's nowhere else for him to grow, so into my ribs he goes. Try to extend your chest too, like sit up straight. Do not slouch, because that's just gonna make it 100 times worse. I've always had really good posture, so this isn't a problem for me, but if you have bad posture, please, please, please try to work on sitting up straight. There's back braces you can even get to try to help if you really struggle, and yeah, hopefully those will help you guys. My hip pain and my lower back pain is something that I have experienced for a while during my pregnancy. Because of my work. I was doing a lot of lifting and bending and running around, and probably bent in certain ways that maybe caused some more pains, but as a PSW it's hard to work and not experience these kind of pains even when you're not pregnant. So basically I worked as long as I could, surviving through this pain and how I coped with it, and then it got too much to handle, and now I'm on medical leave because of my placenta previa, because I'm not supposed to be picking up heavy things or bending down. Yeah. But here's all the things that I did while dealing with this pain that did help me until it didn't help me no more. And these two went hand in hand for me. If I had hip pain, I'd probably have back pain. If I had lower back pain, I had hip pain. It was very rare that I would only have one. Lower back pain for me, I really only experienced if I was picking up heavy things and bending down. So just really work on your body mechanics when you do have to lift stuff. Remember not to bend. And know your limits. Know what is light enough for you to handle and what is too heavy, and do not push yourself. I began to relieve the pain just by doing little massages with my hands and my thumbs. That's called acupressure, and some massage therapists will use it to help with your pain. So eventually I had to get my partner to start doing the massages because I don't have strong fingers and I can't really get in there. Of course, I don't want to ask him to massage me every single time I'm in pain, so I stepped it up and paid for some massages and chiropractor appointments. And I'm not covered with a health plan or anything, so paying for massages and chiropractor out of pocket can be expensive. So if you can afford it at all, I recommend it because it really, really did help me the most out of everything. But it's expensive, so I've only been going like once a month. I try my best to wait it out until my pain is so bad, and then I get them to massage me and it goes away and I'm like, oh. But when you're not getting a massage and you have to deal with that pain, I had a lot of Epsom salt baths to help me like float and get off my back. I really preferred laying belly down in the tub so that my hips were kind of lifted, because if I laid back down, they'd be pressing against the tub and that would just hurt more for me. So you can try that and see if that helps. Even just like doing maybe swimming classes, like being in the water more, it really helps get that gravity off of you and you will feel less pain. I also had a hot water bottle that I would fill and use at night and put it on my back and just sleep with it there, or if I was taking a nap I would use it, and that did really help. I also had not Voltaren, but another off-brand that has that cooling effect when you rub the cream on your skin, and I put that on my back and my hips and it really helped. I got like a really strong icy one, so look for the strongest ones you can find. That's basically what I did for my hip and back pain. Pelvic pain is the last one I want to talk about. This is something that I think I experienced just mostly because of my placenta previa. Every time I had pelvic pain, it was on my left side, which is the side my placenta's on. I haven't experienced any right-sided pain, which is weird for me. For my pelvic pain, I also started experiencing that while I was still working, and I bought a support band to wear to help support my belly so it wouldn't cause as much pain. And that really, really helped. I was able to bend down without being in pain. I was able to do a little bit more. I also found if I walked really fast, it would increase my pelvic pain, so I recommend walking slower, taking it slower, and yeah, look into getting a belt because that really helps. Anytime I leave the house, if know I'm going to be going grocery shopping and I'll be lifting stuff, I wear it. When I was working, I wore it. If I'm sitting for long periods of time, I don't wear it because it actually makes my rib pain worse because it constricts everything and you're not able to eat even enough. You feel like you gotta puke because there's not enough room in your belly because it's really supporting you. So I just loosen it up if I'm eating a big meal, or I don't wear it if I know I'm gonna be sitting or driving for a long time. I just thought of another bonus for this video, guys, because I was also experiencing pain when I was sitting down for long car rides. I had to do 4-hour drives back to my hometown to see my family, and that's just a personal choice. You don't have to take 4-hour drives every time you're pregnant, but I felt comfortable still doing the drives. It's just towards the end I started getting more butt pain from sitting for so long. We ended up finding me one of these seats. It's like a wheelchair seat, but I can use it in the car and I can use it on my chair that I sit on at my desk because I sit there a lot and it helps. So this is what it looks like when you open it. It's, I don't know what the material is, I forget, but basically this type of seat claims that if you put an egg on the seat and you sit on it, it will not break. And I'm not going to try that because I don't got any eggs. I don't eat eggs. But it really does help my butt pain. I used it for the 1 4-hour drive there and back, and we only had to stop once for a little pee break, and other than that I made it pretty much a full 4 hours on this thing, which I don't recommend. I recommend taking more breaks if you can, but when you're tired and you have a 4-hour drive ahead of you, you just want to get there and get back. I think that's all the pain that I've experienced and everything I've been using to help with the pains. So I hope those help you if you've been going through any of the same things, and if you have any different pain that you've been experiencing and you have any tips for anybody, leave it down below in the comments and I'll pin those up so other pregnant mamas can find them. Yeah, let me know if any of these help you as well, because they sure helped me, and if you have any other advice for those types of pain, please leave it down below because I still got 2 more weeks. So I'll see you guys for another video. Goodbye.